751, Big 550 KTRS. Crystal Howard joins us. She is the Public Information Representative for MSD. Crystal, welcome, Big 550 KTRS.
Thank you very much for having me.
What's going on with this new CLEAR program?
Well, it's Project CLEAR. It's a part of MSD's initiative that's going to take over multi-decades. It's going to be a multi-billion-dollar project. It's really an initiative that we're doing to planning, designing, and construction just to improve our system, to make water quality better, and it's going to make everything a lot easier for us in terms of our sewer systems.
What should the individual do to help out?
Well, we do have some information. They can go to our website at Project Clear STL. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, and they can find out a lot of information about it. It's going to include, there are a lot of infrastructure projects that have been happening in the St. Louis area, like, we've been in the new Mississippi River Bridge, we've rebuilt 40, we have, the new Busch Stadium, but Project Clear is different in the fact that your way you flush your toilet now is going to be the same way you're going to flush it 23 years from now when this initiative is over. But what we're doing is we're improving the system, making things better, work better, so that, it'll be a lot better for us in the future.
I actually switched over to a 1 and 2 toilet system. Isn't that better? Don't I save water that way?
Absolutely. Anybody that can do anything to make the initiatives a lot easier, less for us to treat in the treatment plants, certainly works better.
What's this can I have here? It says Project Clear. What does this do for me?
That gets into our fats, oils, and grease initiative. And what that does, it's FOG is the acronym, fats, oils, and grease. And what we're trying to remind people, typically around the holiday season, people do a lot more baking, cooking, and some of that oil and grease that they have left over from doing those things ends up into our system. They pour it down the drain, or they pour it outside into the storm drain. We're just reminding them not to do that during this holiday season. Put the oil that you have from your cooking, pour it into the can, let it cool, snap the lid over the top of it, and then just throw that in the trash can.
What does that do over time if you put all that oil and
clogs up the sewers? Not good, not good. We definitely want to make sure that we don't, and a lot of people say, I've been doing this for years and I've never had any problems with my pipes. Why are you telling me this now? What you could be causing, though, is a backup for your neighbor downstream. It's definitely causing, over time, backups in our sewers. Typically, like I said, this time of year, we see more overflows. And what is happening now is we did this initiative just before Thanksgiving. We ask everybody, reminding them not to do that. We have had a 10-year low on backups for November.
Really?
Just by warning people prior to Thanksgiving?
Well, it's a combination of things. We're also stepped up some of our cleaning efforts. We have a maintenance program, of course, that we get in when we clean the sewers on a routine basis. We've stepped up that initiative also. So I think it's a combination of the two. And I just want to thank people, though. I want to make sure that they are, paying attention, and we think that their efforts have really had some effect.
So I cook some bacon. I pour the grease out into the can, or a coffee can, or a whatever
Any kind of can.
And then I put it in the dishwasher. How clean do I have to get that pan of bacon before I put it in the dishwasher?
If you take a paper towel and wipe out any visible grease that you see in there and then toss that into the trash, it makes it a lot better, so that extra oil that's left over in the pan doesn't end up into the system.
And something simple like that will solve massive problems down the road.
Absolutely, it sure will.
Wow.
Who knew?
I know.
I
remember
what about
growing up, though, my mom used to take the bacon grease and everything, and she'd keep it in a can.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'd put it in your hair afterwards.
No, but then she'd save that bacon grease, Paula Deen style, and then she'd use it for other stuff.
Huh.
And true, we used to do that.
I
My
know.
mother used to do that too. But, now we're being a little bit more health conscious, and we're wanting to get rid of all of that bacon grease and try and pretend we didn't even eat the bacon in the first place.
Exactly.
You mentioned food, oils, and grease. Oils, what about food? Should we Should we still use our garbage disposal and throw the food down there?
Well, everybody thinks that the garbage disposal is like a human garbage disposal. It will take care of everything. Basically, you can still put small things down there. We're not saying that that's not possible, but a lot of people just pour whatever grease and oil they have down the garbage disposal too, and that's not exactly what it's designed for. And that oil continues on down and goes into the system and maybe makes it out of your own sewer lateral. If not, you're going to end up with backup problems into your own house. Or that oil could go downstream and you could be impacting your neighbor, a block or two over.
So the big offender would be the oils, not so much as the food. And
Yeah, well, I mean, we want to make sure that any leftover food that you have on a plate before you put it in the dishwasher, go ahead and again, scrape that into the trash. Don't just put everything you can right now.
Because you think about it, if the oil's there, the food particles are bigger, so they get caught by the grease.
Exactly.
Then the next time you throw the grease down, the grease gets caught by the food particle, and the cycle
vicious
continues.
circle.
Chain reaction.
And then you're calling, Roto-Rooter, and you've got your, $300 cleanout bill.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. More information, Crystal. Where can we find more information?
Sure. If you can go to our website, it's www.projectclearstl.org. You can find us on Twitter at ProjectClearSTL or on Facebook at Project Clear STL.
That's Crystal Howard, Public Information Representative. Tell Lance I said hi.
I will.
You got it.
Nice.
MSD Public Information Representative Crystal Howard. Don't throw the grease down the drain. Dispose of it properly.